Now, if you watch my Mushoku Tensei anime reviews, you should remember, or probably not, when I was talking about the very first episode on how the reporter, when Rudius in his previous life got hit by a truck, how the reporter said one man died, which was Rudius, and two students went missing. There were three of them, but only two of them went missing out of those three. I said that. A lot of people to this day have not caught on to that. And some say it's considered a spoiler, but not really. I don't see it as a spoiler. But it seems like now we have one of those two students that went missing. Arias was reincarnated into this world. Nananoshi was summoned into this world. Now the question is what about the third person, the guy? If there was two guys and one girl, and the guy with the short hair went missing with her, where he's gonna be? Well, I'm not gonna say anything about him, but as for Nananoshi, she is here, and since she was not born into this world, she does not have mana. So therefore, she cannot use spells. She fits out of this world like a sore thumb. She is someone who does not belong. And not only that, unlike most isekai protagonists you see daily, every freaking season, where they go to a new world and they somehow know how to invent all the world's technology. Say if I was to teleport or reincarnate to a new world, I'm not going to know how to make a stereo or uh, a treadmill and stuff. I'm not gonna know how to make that stuff because I don't know how to make it now. Because I got transferred around the world, you think I'm gonna know how to make that stuff now? It makes no sense. That's why I never really understood most isekai sometimes for they're just normal dudes, but yet they get transported, but they know how to build all this stuff. It made no sense to me. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that she doesn't want to do that. She actually does not do some things. Because she is the reason why the school they're at right now, the academy, start wearing uniforms and have a new code and everything. It's because of her. She changed the entire outlook of the academy. But other than that, she does not care about offering anything to this new world. She don't care about how her knowledge could bring prosperity to that world. She does not care. All she cared about is going back home. And the funny thing is in old isekais like early 2000s and before then, a lot of the characters in isekai were not just weren't power fantasies or harem fantasies back then. When the character back then went to an isekai, got isekai'd, most of the times their goal was to help their friends in that world and also to go back home. Every isekai back in the old days, the main character always went back home. Because back then they're trying to show you a lesson to face your problems head on in the real world. Don't just give up and stuff like that. You dealt with all this harsh, magical, cruel reality. If you can handle all this, what does your own world can do against you? And that was the part on the point of most of those isekais back in the day. Now today it's just I never want to go back home. I'm reincarnated, so I can't anyways. And it's always about them just living up in their fantasy, you know, just indulge in their fantasy and stuff. And that's pretty much what it really is in a way. Heck, even with Familiar Zero, Saito, he was sent back to his home. He went back to help out, but they still took Luis to see the parents. I don't want to talk about that in any anime. I haven't read the novels of that. But anyways, that's what I'm trying to talk about. Each guy back then and now are different. And I know to me, she represents what Izakais used to be, you know. Was to try to find her way back home, but yet help the people along the way. And Rudius represents the new kind of Isekai, the modern new trope, where they're in this new world, they have a second chance, and it's just power fantasy. But except for Rudius, he still has to try his best. So there's that. So, anyways, now I know she explains how she doesn't remember what happened. All she knows is that she relied in a field in the Ashura area. Nothing but grass. Nothing but grass. And she was walking for days. And she didn't know where she was until she found Oyster. And Oyster was like, "You don't avoid your eyes? You don't fear me?" So he took her with him and traveled around the world in just 2 years, where Rudius, just to get to his home, or at least somewhere near his home, it took him about 3 years. And that's because they use a technique of magical teleportation circles, which is where she traveled the world to meet a bunch of fantastic and legendary people who will have a big play within the story later on, which is interesting. So Reese found this interesting revelation. Now, the biggest thing that shocked her, but most people probably is shocked about, is that she is involved with the magical teleportation incident. You know, the incident that happened. Anime watchers don't know about it, but as novel watchers and the manga watch readers, it was when the big flash happened. That the little red dot in the sky finally release all his magical energy and just teleport everybody and everything out of there. Not just like houses and trees and animals and insects, all that went teleporting. And some of the people probably teleport falling out of the sky, teleporting inside a dungeon, teleported in places where they would probably die. Somebody would probably teleport under the sea, for crying out loud. People were teleported at places at random. There was no selected thing. Everyone was pretty much screwed. Very interesting. So the entire teleportation incident was a giant summoning for Nanoshi. She just summoned one person, caused all that. The question is who summoned her? Same reason why you wonder why, um, you know, why Rudius was reincarnated. And for the third person, who also is going to be to that world, will be there. Believe it or not, all of their reasons have been three different ways. Three different ways. Yes, it is very interesting. One was for the reincarnation, one was by summoning, causing a tons of catastrophe, and the third one will actually be done in a more practical way, safety way, believe it or not. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not getting the spoilers. That's something not even manga readers know about, man. You have to read the redundancy books in order for you to understand what I'm talking about. So they're speaking Japanese the entire time, and Rudius tells her, "Yeah, I don't want to go back. I'll help you out, but that's it. You know, I'll use my magical, my mana to help you out since you don't have any. But I'm not going back. I am satisfied with the life I have here. I have no attachments to his previous world. Rudius may not have no attachment to his previous world, but however, his memories are still attached to that world in a way. So he will have some growing up to do. So there's that as well. Yeah. So this chapter was mostly just talking and some shocking revelations that now I know she laid on him. And of course with Selfie Fitz being a bit jealous. And that's the one thing you will realize. Of all the girls Ruiz hangs out with, Fitz never really, or Selfie never really had a fellow threat. For some reason, with Nanoshi, throughout the entire series, she had this feeling where she didn't like Ruiz hanging around her. You know, and of course, speaking of Selfie, she got a bit angry, you know, she was willing to attack Nanoshi. It's just weird. I could have sworn in the web novels she actually was able to get her hands around Nanoshi and choke her out. I don't know. I think it played out differently here in the manga or light novels. I gotta, get the light novel and see if they change anything. But we'll see. We'll see. So, anyways, that was that. The chapter came out very fast this time, actually. Usually they come near the end of the month. Is that because it's not being translated by RoboScans no more? Someone else has picked it up, and they're doing a better job, a faster job at translating it than the previous people. So there you go. So anyways, I think that's about it. We'll wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course hit that bell icon. This has been Macron on Anime, signing out.